Technology,
science,
space,
environment,
people.
places.
It's all totally awesome.
Hi and welcome to the show. Today, a very special patrol set up to save the lives of some endangered giants.
Teaching these great hoppers a thing or two about road safety.
We go to a cinema where you can really get involved in all the action.
And emu oil. Is it the new wonder tablet for those suffering from arthritis? We'll find out this week on Totally Awesome.
In a very exciting discovery recently, these Salvadorian paleontologists began to unearth the first ever mastodon remains. Found in the small Central American nation, the fossils, which date back 6,000 years, were recently discovered just north of the Salvadorian capital. The scientists think it's a subspecies of an American mastodon. Work is now underway to uncover the giant bones that make up this magnificent animal. Archaeologists and paleontologists will work together to preserve the important discovery. According to the experts on site, the animal was a female and measured 5 metres tall and 6 metres long. The mastodon roamed the American continent 6,000 to 7,000 years ago. Discoveries such as this one help scientists trace the animal's footsteps and learn more about its origins. Not all sites are in an easy-to-get-at place though, and careful planning for the excavation is necessary. The bones were discovered by a local man as he was on his way to visit his friends. He thought it was a tree sticking out of the riverbank, but was taken by surprise to see a tooth and then some other pieces of the mighty animal. It is the most important find in the history of the country since the remains of the giant sloth were discovered in 1979. Who knows what other discoveries still remain to be found?
Still on amazing discoveries, a 2-acre covered courtyard in the centre of this museum has been opened to the public for the first time in 150 years. It's a major development for the museum, and it has created the largest covered square in Europe. For years it was used as a book storage building, but now the books have been moved into a new building and the Great Court is open to the public. What was once a clutter of library storage buildings has now become a vast open space, with the round reading room the central focus of the whole redevelopment. The project was originally developed as an elegant courtyard by the original designer Sir Robert Smirke in 1823. It was never realised because in 1857 the round reading room opened and slowly spread into the remaining space. For the first time, the round reading room will be open for public use. Previously, only writers who held a special ticket had access. These included Karl Marx, Lenin, Oscar Wilde, George Bernard Shaw, and Mahatma Gandhi. All of them researched and wrote here. The books on the walls have all sorts of information about the library and the things on display. It even has a multimedia system that takes you through the history of anything in the museum. The best thing about the Great Court is the stunning roof. 6,000 square metres of glass and steel weighing some 800 tonnes. The repairs to the amazing court have been funded through national lottery money and other public and private donations. The Great Court also houses a new exhibition area, the Joseph Hot Tongue Gallery, which will hold a new exhibition every few months. Next time you take a trip to the museum, take a good look around. Maybe the building is as fascinating as the displays.
Here's one job that's head and shoulders above the rest. It's a unique patrol unit of 5 endangered Sumatran elephants and their handlers, or mayouts. Their job is trekking through some of the world's toughest terrain in the Gayaan Lesser National Park in northern Sumatra. Of course, there's the cleaning up to do first, and boy, I bet they wish these guys were toilet trained. Bound by chains isn't the nicest image to have. However, these giants are helping in so many ways to help the environment and save their own endangered species. The park is nearly 2.5 million hectares of tropical rainforest and is the only place on Earth where 4 of the world's most spectacular animals, the orangutan, rhinoceros, elephant and tiger, can be found living together. But the park and its rare animals are under threat from humans, whose presence has resulted in massive land clearing, illegal logging and poaching. The population of Sumatran elephants has plummeted to less than 600, and researchers believe the orangutan could disappear for good in 10 years. Set up 2 years ago by the European Union and the Indonesian government, the Elephant Patrol has become a successful unit in fighting the illegal logging and the loss of the elephant's natural environment. The Elephant Patrol unit says part of its success comes from fear. I mean, would you like to take on one of these giants? The National Park authorities have become frustrated because efforts to prosecute the businessmen behind the logging have failed. But there has been success in reducing some of the logging within the park boundaries, and that's due to the work being done by the Elephant Patrol. In some unique way, you can say the tame elephants are doing their bit to protect the wild elephants. It's a tough job, long hours, exhausting heat, thick jungle, but at the end of the day there's something to look forward to. A long, cool bath and a good scrub. What could be better than that?
It could be anybody's worst nightmare, a fire breaking out on board an aircraft. Airport firefighters are tackling the blaze within minutes. Fortunately, this is not an emergency situation, but the fire on board this specially equipped Boeing 747 training facility is very realistic. It was designed and built by IFTE, a highly trained and certified company which specialises in providing equipment and training for disasters such as this. Before IFTE came onto the market, the firemen would train in an old ship container. They would put some old straw in the corner, pour some petrol over it, and then set fire to it. There was obviously a need in the marketplace for a more realistic setup. The success of the setup put the company in the spotlight. They were then asked by the military to produce a training facility for practicing counter-terrorist operations in airport hostage situations. A fire engulfs a factory ceiling. In this case, it looks like an ordinary commercial building, but the rig can be changed to simulate a ship's hold, a basement, a block of flats, a petrochemical storage unit, or an oil rig, even a submarine. IFTE not only provides the hardware for these situations, but also the specialist training for personnel to be able to save lives. This reputation has rocketed the company to world leader status. It's the training, the facilities, and the quick action that makes these firefighters ready to face any situation with the utmost confidence. This British company is now exporting its product and its specialist knowledge all over the world. The incredible demand on the international market will keep IFTE in its strong commercial position, at the same time ensuring the safety of millions of global travellers.
These guys might look cute, but they're not that smart. When it comes to crossing the road, that is. Thousands of migrating Russian frogs are risking their life to hop across busy highways in search of springtime love. The frogs and toads are hopping across Russia in their thousands. Many of them are literally at the crossroads of their lives, risking danger in the form of high-speed trucks and cars at every jump. There is plenty of evidence to see just how flat a frog can be after a meeting with a truck. But why do they take on this death-defying journey? They are driven by the urge to gather in the lush swamps for a little romance. Spring weather has taken over their instincts to join up with others under the budding swamp branches. But it's a journey full of danger. Many frogs, literally hundreds, wind up as frog pancakes on a quick trip to frog heaven. Enter the Frog Brigade. Groups of volunteer students and instructors from the Institute of Zoology have come to their rescue. They've formed a two-line protection net, a winding frog wall to keep back most amphibians, and a brigade of frog scoopers to deal with the champion jumpers. It's a kind of prison of love. Mind you, there's always one that has to break the rules. While many other European countries have built drainage ditches or special crossings for migrating frogs, Russia has been unable to build rescue routes needed due to lack of money. It's up to the Frog Brigade to carry bucketfuls of frogs across the highway and dump them off in their promised land. Almost like a chaperone or a frog dating agency.